Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News on the Hour with me, Sabena Izuku. The Independent National Electoral Commission intends to publish the register of voters for the conduct of the 2015 general elections on Tuesday, January 13th. According to the Commission, this is a crucial milestone on the journey to the elections, as Section 20 of the Electoral Act 2010, as amended, provides that the register of voters for an election shall be published at least 30 days before the election, while the presidential and the National Assembly elections will hold on February 14, 2015. The state governorship and the State House of Assembly elections are scheduled for February 28th. The Commission also said it will publish the list of nominated candidates contesting for the presidency and National Assembly on January 13th, while the list of those contesting for the office of Governor and House of Assembly will be published on 27th of January. Faced with the reality of low rates of collections of permanent voters' cards, the Independent National Electoral Commission has again begun distributing voters' cards in the nation's capital. The exercise is to run from January 10th to the 31st in all 6 council areas. INEC Head of Voter Education and Publicity, Okezie Nwanko, told CoreTV News that the move is to ensure that more eligible voters pick up their PVCs before the elections. He also admitted that more than half of over 800,000 registered voters in Abuja have yet to collect their cards. In an effort to ensure violence-free elections in February, the the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, James Edwardsell, and the Consul General, Jeff Hawkins, met with Lagos PDP chieftain on Friday behind closed doors. The PDP governorship candidate in the state, Jimmy Agbache, briefing journalists after the meeting, says the interaction is to ensure, among other things, violence-free elections, and promised that the PDP is ready to ensure a smooth process.
Spoke about issues of INEC. We made it very clear that we're still not satisfied with the INEC, with the issue of voters' cards. There are a lot of Lagosians that are disenfranchised at this point in time because they don't have their voters' cards. They fall into different categories. You have those whose names were wiped out from the computer completely through no fault of theirs. And when your name is wiped out, it means the only way forward is to register fresh. But then INEC was not ready for the kind of fresh registration that would bring about. You have those, of course, whose locations had been changed. In other words, where they normally vote, register and vote, they found that they had been located far away from where they stay. On election day, it will become difficult for them to go and vote because of the restriction of movement. So these are some of the issues that were raised. There are those, of course, the younger ones who wanted to register but could not because a lot of the machines were not working because the time frame was short. So we raised some of these issues.
The governorship candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Lagos, Akinwumi Ambode, says he is the best man for the job of the state governor, and he added that as someone who has gone through the ranks as a civil servant and a finance expert with a huge experience in the state civil service, he possesses impeccable credentials for the job.
Look, I'm the most competent of all the candidates. I have worked in Lagos State Service for 27 years. I started more or less like an ordinary accountant, and then rose to become the Accountant General of Lagos State at the age of 43. All my life I've toiled for Lagos State. And what I want now is to do additional 4 years to serve people.
He also shed light on the tax system in the state, which is constantly featured in the campaign of the opposition.
If I hear you correctly, you said the campaign. So it's a campaign, it's a negative campaign. Nobody's being overtaxed. People are paying their due taxes, and we're ensuring as much as possible that nobody is having any multiple charges against them. In any case, there are 8 million Lagosians who are supposed to be paying taxes. Only 4 million out of that 8 million is actually paying taxes now. So almost 50% of those who are not paying are cheating others who are paying. So all we can do is just try as much as possible to ensure that we bring these other 4 million people into the tax net so that we can deliver better services to Lagosians.
Members of the Unity Party of Nigeria have jointly endorsed President Goodluck Jonathan as the candidate for the 2015 presidential election. For the Lagos governorship seat, Dupe Onitiri Abiola, who got the party flag, promised a new Lagos if given a chance as the first female governor in the state. Omotayalo was at the first national convention of the UPN, which held in Lagos, and filed this report.
Being the first convention of the party, delegates trooped in from across the 36 states and Abuja for not only a time to meet and talk as one, but to also take some critical decisions for the party. One of the decisions which endorsed President Goodluck Jonathan as the party's choice candidate for the presidential election was widely welcomed. Defending the party's choice of Jonathan, these UPN delegates say he is the only candidate they could beat their chest for in terms of excellent performance.
Nobody has been able to take a holistic approach in economic development of this country the way Goodluck has done. Goodluck has prioritized the Nigerian economy. He has given agriculture a pride of place. He has prioritized the non-oil sector and he has given it a pride of place. Goodluck Jonathan has given grants. It has never happened in Nigeria where money is given to people free to start their business. Jonathan is committed to employment generation. And so, whatever the challenges that we are facing now, I think it is only reasonable if we allow him get this to a logical conclusion.
Many of the people may have many opinions concerning the adoption. But in my own understanding, I'm so much satisfied with it because Goodluck has been a president that is ready to transform this country. And if everybody needs the movement of this country to go forward, we always want to support and give him the best that we can offer.
For the party's national chairman, Frederick Fassion, Nigeria deserves a good leader that can protect the interests of the common man, adding that Jonathan was the best bet.
I have told you our preference for the Aso Rock Villa. And when you told me good luck, Ebele Jonathan, I listened to the music you broke into. May God bless your souls.
Fasieun also decorated the party's Lagos governorship candidate with the flag. After decoration, Onitiri Abiola admonished party members to be mindful of who they give their vote to. She also spoke on the adoption of Jonathan as the party's presidential candidate.
As I'm standing in front of you, as long as the sun comes out during the day, as long as the moon and the stars comes out at night, as long as Almighty God is the only powerful God on throne, I will not betray you. I will not step down for nobody. I will not step down from nobody. I can never be bought. I am not for sale. I'm not stepping down. I'm marching straight forward to the promised land. Come February 28th in this Lagos state, I shall become the winner. I shall become the first woman to become governor.
The convention also saw the dissolution of the party's old executives and the coming on board of new ones, who, according to the national chairman, should conduct themselves as good ambassadors of the party. Omotayalo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta men has challenged President Goodluck Jonathan to name the people he claims paid Harry Oka to assassinate him. The group also warns the president to explain why the people were not arrested and prosecuted for the attempt on his life. Men said in the third statement issued in as many days that the allegations made at a campaign rally in Lagos are a vindication of his position on Jonathan. A spokesman, Jumogbomo, noted in a statement that the group will not have issued a priority warning on the Independent Day bombing if it was an assassination attempt. The Niger Delta militant group also recalled that the president had absolved men of blame shortly after the twin bomb attack that killed at least 12 people in Abuja in 2010. As the 2015 general elections draws near and the controversy over the distribution of the permanent voters card remains in the front burner, Nigerians have again been charged to go out and perform their civic duties during the polls. Discussants at the third anniversary lecture of the January 9 collectives gave the charge in a lecture titled 2015 General Polls Beyond the Rhetorics of Credible Elections. Kazim Kasali, who was there, filed this report and presents it from our studio.
With this beautiful rendition of the national anthem, which evoked feelings of nostalgia, the stage was set for the third anniversary lecture of the J9C, a group of young professionals who came together in the aftermath of the struggle against the fuel subsidy removal in 2012 to present a platform for setting an agenda for the development and advancement of Nigeria. Keynote speaker Anthony Killer, a political anthropologist from the Cambridge University, says the theme of the lecture is an opportunity for Nigerians to reflect and work as well as ensure that the 2015 general elections is successful. He, however, has this poser for the Independent National Electoral Commission, whose representatives were absent.
If in 2015 we have to seriously sit down, and we do need to, talk about credible election, there's a lot wrong with our political and institutional system.
The panel of discussants, moderated by Kaderia Ahmed, includes Ayo Obe, Shino Dubemi, Dele Momodu, Kenneth Nwosu and Anthony Killer, looks at the issues surrounding the elections and asks Nigerians to play their parts. The police in Lagos, through its command spokesman Kenneth Nwosu, also assured Lagosians of adequate security measures and professionalism.
I already mentioned that this time around, I am personally convinced we're on the streets, we talk to people, we're on social media, we go to villages, we speak to royal institutions, we speak to spiritual leaders.
So from the first day, the system shortchanges some of these candidates. And once you build the process on an unequal field, we cannot talk of a credible election.
Our code of conduct is quite clear. The policeman is supposed to ensure that there is adequate security at the polling units, polling booths, ensuring that all those who come to the polling unit, either as candidates, as voters, or even as spectators, are not in any way harmed.
For his part, governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, said Nigerians must work for the enhancement of the nation's institutions and ensure that the confusion created by the distribution of the permanent voter cards becomes a thing of the past.
If that institutional framework is good, it will give us the credible elections. And that's why we're having a lot of hiccups. So what's the call to action? We cannot afford to be onlookers anymore.
Earlier, J9C captain and the Secretary General, Seun Soyinka and Kingsley Victor, say the association, as in its short period of existence, served as a platform where strategic ideas crystallize, as epitomized by the theme of the second annual lecture in 2014, which dwelt on Nigeria beyond petrodollars.
The government of Niger says its troops are unlikely to return to Baga, the latest community in Borno State to have fallen under the control of Boko Haram. Until the attack, which led to the casualties on both sides, on both the insurgents and the security forces, the multinational joint task force was coordinating its operations from its headquarters in Baga. The multinational joint task force was established in 1998 to checkmate banditry, facilities free movement of the member states of the Lake Chad Basin Commission across the common border. Speaking to the BBC on Friday, Niger's Foreign Minister Mohamed Bazoum alleged that his country had withdrawn its security forces comprising 50 soldiers as far back as October 2014 after Boko Haram captured Malanfatori town in October and continued to operate in the area with impunity. He, however, said the country is still determined to work with its neighbors, including Cameroon, Chad, and Nigeria, to contain the situation. And away from that, the executive chairman of Bakin Ladi local government area of Plateau State, Emmanuel Loman, has assured members of the National Youth Service Corps in the council areas of their complete safety. The call became necessary following the incessant attacks and secret killings that characterized the state and local government area in particular. Loman, while speaking to journalists, said much has been invested to ensure peace reigns in the community and that various discussions and negotiations have taken place to ensure a long-lasting and mutually beneficial coexistence in the state and Bakin Ladi, which has recorded some of the worst attacks.
That said that gender is socially constructed, that differentiates the roles and responsibilities assigned to men and women in every given culture or location. The roles and expectations vary across culture, society, and history. And this clearly explains why in some parts of the country, women can sit comfortably in front of a hall and discuss. In other parts of the country, you need to sit behind to discuss issues that affect you. In some other places, you cannot be heard, but you can only be seen. These are socially constructed.
The state also holds the records of the highest number of internally displaced persons who now take shelter in schools, churches, and in the homes of sympathetic individuals. The local government boards, however, warned that those visiting the area must abide by the code of conduct handed over to them in order to enjoy total safety.
Gender is not a Nigeria problem, it's a global phenomenon, and it's definitely very difficult for you to balance gender equality. But I think what we can do basically is that when we talk about gender, people are quick to think it's all about women. But gender is all about mainstreaming men and women into governance and getting them to be on the same level at the issue of better community, better life and other things. But I think what we need to do as a people and what we need to do as a government is to boost the confidence level of our sisters, our aunties, our mothers, is to give them that self-belief. And then government need to do a lot of empowerment for them and ensure that wherever there is a woman, some level of recognition is given to her. And across the country, each time there are crises, the number of women that are killed or number of women that become caregivers increase. So therefore, women must be active participants in issue of peace building and governance for us to be able to have a better society.
We'll just take a short break, and when we return, there'll be more stories for you. Just stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on a social media platform on facebook.com/CoreTV News and on Twitter @CoreTV News NG, on our YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space and the news. Police authorities have announced a reduction in violent crimes in festive season compared with the previous one. Inspector General of Police Suleiman Abba says a comparative analysis showed a reduction in serious crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, and murder between December 12, 2014 and January 5, 2015. The IGP added that there were fewer traffic accidents in the period compared to the same time last year. He was quoted in the police statement as attributing to a change in attitude as well as meticulous attention to details by policemen at the various commands and formations. Abba also promised to build on the successes achieved by his men during the build-up to the February election. The dust raised by the assassination attempt on the factional speaker and leader of the APC lawmakers in Ekiti State House of Assembly, Adewale Omirin, is yet to settle. In a new twist, the APC lawmaker accused the State Commissioner of Police of taking sides with the Governor Ayodele Fayose to ignore petitions sent to him. The APC lawmaker also accused Fayose of stopping their salaries and using the police to protect their PDP colleagues. The governor and the police, however, deny the accusation in this report presented by Rashid.
Stemming from the drama that followed the assassination attempt on the life of Omiri, other APC lawmakers of the House have come out to accuse Fayose of using security apparatus in the state to harass them. The governor's spokesperson, Ido Adelusi, however, described the APC lawmakers as jokers.
Fayose told us in the last meeting that we had with him that if he decides to support those 7 that day, that 7 will turn out to become the majority with the support of the police and army and every power that he has. And that is what we are currently witnessing.
It is not true. The governor had only appealed to them to cooperate with him in the interest of Ekiti State.
The APC lawmakers also accused the Ekiti State Police Commissioner Taiwo Lakanu of complicity by sweeping their petitions under the carpet, an accusation denied by the state police boss.
You will write, you will send it to me from whether from Lagos or Sokoto, you want me to investigate, and you will not complain that your matters are not being investigated. It's wrong.
He claimed to have rescued the Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly. Why didn't the Commissioner of Police bring out that particular petition for discussion between him and the Speaker?
Lakanu takes a swipe at the APC lawmakers for rebuffing all offers of protection by the police, as well as moves to come and defend their petitions. The APC lawmakers, however, disagreed with the State Police Commissioner.
We have written to him, and we strongly believe that the only thing he's supposed to do is just to go there and dislodge this element.
Those who are away, it's not my problem. Some of them will write petitions from wherever they are and will expect me to investigate. The petitions are not connected that way.
We have always been in Adrekiti, and we will continue to be in Adrekiti. But what they want to achieve, we are not going to give it to them.
Beyond this, the APC lawmakers and Fayose are also at loggerheads over their unpaid salaries.
Now that I'm talking to you, honorable members have not been collecting salaries from the APC, 19 of us. The Akantaja has actually instructed all the banks to peg our individual salary in account.
The governor could not have stopped their salary. We have the House of Assembly Service Commission. So whatever that has to do with their salary should be directed to the House of Assembly Commission.
The APC appears not ready to budge.
The Honorable Speaker gave this undertaking, apologizing to Governor Fayose. Let them publish that undertaking that the Right Honorable Speaker signed. Even if shifts come to shove, we will walk to that house and say, okay, Olubemi, you are claiming that you are the Speaker, and we have our own Speaker. Put yourself up for election on the floor of the House. And there and then the issue will be decided. That is one thing they are running away from.
The crisis rocking the Ekiti State House of Assembly may not end anytime soon, going by the new development. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Well, that's the much we can take for now. Do join us at the top of the hour for more. I am Sabina Izuku, and thank you very much indeed for watching.